In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on September 5th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Washington Nationals versus Chicago Cubs. The MLB weekend opens with an early afternoon clash between the Washington Nationals, sitting at 56-83, and the Chicago Cubs, who come in much stronger with an 80-60 mark. Washington finally snapped their slide earlier this week and now enters this series with a chance to extend their mini streak to 4 wins. On the road, the Nationals have been shaky all year with a 27-41 record, while the Cubs thrive at Wrigley Field with one of the better home marks in the league at 43-26. Chicago still has plenty to play for with a postseason berth within reach, and they'll hand the ball to Javier Assad. He hasn't been flawless, but he's been steady enough to give his team a chance. Washington sends Jake Irvin, who's been roughed up in 3 of his last 4 outings, a trend that makes him hard to trust in this spot. With the wind blowing out at Wrigley, Chicago's offense gets an added boost, and that tilts things strongly toward the home side. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Cubs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. There's also a real chance that this game turns into an offensive showcase, especially for Chicago. Washington's pitching staff has been one of the worst in baseball across the full season, ranking near the bottom in earned run average and featuring a bullpen that has been a liability in tight spots. Irvin's poor recent form only makes matters worse, and the conditions at Wrigley make it an ideal day for the ball to carry. The Cubs could easily break out with double-digit runs if they get rolling early. Washington, though mostly playing out the string, has shown flashes with the bats lately as well, coming off a sweep of Miami in which they scored nearly 6 runs per game. That suggests the Nationals may scratch out a few runs of their own, enough to help push the total higher. Add in the gusting wind toward right field at first pitch, and the ingredients are there for a high-scoring afternoon. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus Pittsburgh Pirates. The Brewers and Pirates meet at PNC Park on Friday night, with Milwaukee sitting at 86-55 and the Pirates well back in the standings at 64-77. Milwaukee has been one of the most consistent road teams in baseball this season, while Pittsburgh has struggled to stay competitive against stronger opponents. The Brewers remain locked in on securing postseason positioning, and they'll have the advantage both in terms of lineup depth and overall bullpen reliability. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, is mostly playing spoiler at this stage of the season. With Milwaukee favored and their road form strong, I trust them to cover the margin against a Pirates team that has been inconsistent at best. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. When it comes to the total, the number sits at 8.5, and there's every reason to believe the runs will pile up. Milwaukee has the offensive firepower to break through Pittsburgh's rotation, and their lineup has been producing consistently. The Pirates may not match the Brewers bat for bat, but they can chip in enough to push the scoreboard higher. Both bullpens have shown vulnerability at times, and if the bats stay active, this could quickly tilt into a high-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago White Sox versus Detroit Tigers. The White Sox travel to Comerica Park to face the Tigers on Friday night. Chicago comes in at 53-88 overall, and they've suddenly caught fire with 5 straight wins. Their offense is waking up at just the right time. On the road, though, they've been shaky at 23-46. Detroit, by contrast, enters 81-60 overall and 45-27 at home. Solid platform, but their play has dipped into inconsistency in recent weeks. The Tigers will hand the ball to Jack Flaherty. He's experienced, but his numbers tell a story of inconsistency and long balls allowed. On the bump for the Sox is Shane Smith. He's struck out plenty of hitters and has been solid across his last handful of starts. Flaherty's been shaky lately, and Smith's held his own. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago White Sox money line is our full game side pick. Chicago's bats have been hot all week, and they've been scoring consistently during this 5-game winning streak. Detroit has the power to take advantage of a hittable Chicago bullpen, and Flaherty's struggles on the mound have opened the door for opponents to put up crooked numbers. With both lineups capable of doing damage and both pitchers prone to allowing traffic at times, runs should come in bunches. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Mets versus Cincinnati Reds. The Mets head to Cincinnati on Friday night to open up a 3-game series with the Reds in what could prove to be a pivotal clash in the National League wild card race. The Reds enter this matchup with urgency written all over them, as they've slipped further behind and are running out of time to make up ground. Cincinnati has a major edge on the mound in Game 1. Andrew Abbott has been excellent at home this season, posting strong numbers at Great American Ballpark, and he'll look to set the tone here. Opposite him is 22-year-old Tong, making just the second start of his big league career. Tong surrendered 6 hits across 5 innings against Miami in his debut, and now he faces a much tougher task pitching in one of the most hitter-friendly parks in baseball. Abbott's steadiness should keep the Mets in check, while Cincinnati's bats should do enough damage to deliver a much-needed win to open the series. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cincinnati Reds money line is our full game side pick. Both lineups have been swinging the bat well, and recent trends point firmly toward offense. The Mets have gone over the total in 4 of their last 5 games, and that stretch came against mixed competition. The Reds have matched that same trend, going over in 4 of their last 5 themselves. The two clubs have combined for 48 runs across their last 3 contests, and now they get to play in one of the league's best launching pads for hitters. Cincinnati has been inconsistent of late, falling back in the wild card chase, but at home they've remained dangerous with a 38-33 mark. The Mets, on the other hand, continue to stumble on the road with a 30-38 record away from Citi Field. New York hands the ball to David Peterson, who has been up and down, allowing 8, 2, 1, 6, and 4 earned runs in his last 5 outings. Cincinnati counters with Abbott, who's also had some inconsistency with starts of 2, 6, 0, 3, and 4 earned runs allowed in his last 5. Both southpaws are capable of solid outings, but recent form suggests volatility, and in this park that's often the recipe for runs. With both teams swinging the bats well and pitching that's shown cracks, it makes sense to look toward the scoreboard lighting up again. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Blue Jays versus New York Yankees. The Toronto Blue Jays open a crucial 3-game weekend set against the New York Yankees on Friday night in the Bronx. Toronto enters the series at 81-59, while New York is right behind at 77-62. With both clubs battling near the top of the American League East, every inning of this series carries weight in shaping the division race. Toronto has been mediocre on the road with a 36-35 mark, while New York has thrived at home, sitting at 41-28 inside Yankee Stadium. The Yankees hand the ball to rookie Schlittler, who has been terrific lately, allowing 1 earned run or fewer in 4 straight starts. Toronto turns to Kevin Gausman, their workhorse, who has allowed 2 runs or fewer in 4 of his last 5 outings. The matchup on paper looks close, but Gausman's track record in Yankee Stadium hasn't been kind to him, and New York's lineup has been punishing mistakes with authority. The Blue Jays are swinging it well, but the Yankees' bats are hotter right now, and with the home field behind them, they have the edge in Game 1. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. The pitching matchup brings 2 arms at opposite ends of their careers, but both are in excellent form. Schlittler may be a rookie, but through his first 9 starts he has already put up a strong 2.61 earned run average and looks poised beyond his years. Gausman continues to be the anchor of Toronto's rotation, and even in his last outing against Milwaukee, arguably the best team in baseball, he allowed just 1 run in a tough luck loss. With both hurlers sharp and confidence high, long scoreless stretches are likely. The bats may be hot on both sides, but solid pitching often dictates the opener in these types of heavyweight series. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.